Hello, Taurus. Got a whole bunch of cards that just came out just as soon as I said that. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I really, really do, because you do have a lot to look forward to. I have a suspicion that you may be feeling a bit uncomfortable coming into Capricorn season temporarily. Feeling a little bit on edge. Excited and ready, but a little agitated as well. The Eight of Cups came out upright. We got three more that I haven't seen yet that were reversed. So we'll start with this one. So the Eight of Cups is it's a suggestion that you may find stagnation with something in your life. Finding it really hard to let something go, which is Taurus. There's such a deep emotional connection that happens with people that we love, with even things and circumstances in our life. And I think the universe is trying to shake it up for you a little bit. It's trying to give you a new path, which I think you're ready for. And I think you're excited for, like I said before, like you're ready, but also like, can I do this from the comfort of my current space? No. You are going to have to expect discomfort. Especially if that comfortable thing isn't really that healthy for you either. Sorry, I know my hair's a mess. It's still wet even, actually. It's just air drying right now. Whatever. Let's see what else. Actually, before I say anything else, I'll do these one at a time. Full reversed, the Magician, and the Four of Cups reversed. So we'll start with the Magician reversed, the Caution. I don't know if I have really a suggestion for you. I think everybody watching this video is going to feel different things at different times, depending on your life and your circumstances and your conditioning, that I can't blanket statement this. And I'm almost kind of even seeing this image of like popcorn, where Taurus is like this big group of unpopped seeds. And then one of you is going to like say, okay, I'm going to jump off the cliff. And then the others of you are like, okay, me too. And then me too. And then it's going to be like, and then it's going to get faster and faster and faster and faster until you've all like eventually jumped off the cliff. And jumping off the cliff being metaphoric, a metaphor for that risk that you're wanting to take. It's taking the leap. It's making that big decision that you know you need to make. And there's no reason to be cautious. There is a safety net down there. And the safety net is yourself. It's your soul. It's your capabilities, it's your knowledge, it's your wisdom. And it's important for you to have full faith in those things because they will catch you and they will prevent any harm from happening. So the calling to leave the Eight of Cups, very strong. When we get the Magician card, and he was coming out a lot through the December readings. I don't remember if he came through specifically for you, but he came out a lot because manifestation, Mars in Pisces, the veil with the other worlds and our dream states and all that was very thin. And you're kind of getting a continuation of that because yes, Mars was in Pisces. Well, now he's coming through your 12th house, which is naturally ruled by Pisces. So you are still in this manifestation phase. You get 4 months of that, where any of these intentions that you set out are, it's like there's no barrier between you and the stuff that's going to make it happen. It just doesn't exist. So whatever you want to happen will happen. And you need to take it seriously, because if you're like, I don't want to leave, well, then you're going to be stuck there for probably a really long time, and probably much longer than you really want. Before you start calling upon the universe, though, I would highly recommend spending a lot of time thinking about the stuff that you really want. What do you really want? in this life, not even just like for the month, but in your life, because now is a time where you can really set those balls in motion and take the little pebble, right? Put it in the snow, roll it down the mountain, and watch it grow into a gigantic snowball. Some of you, those snowballs will grow really fast. Others of you, they'll grow a little bit slower, depending on how big the goal is. But now is a time to, I was just listening to Gary Vee. You guys know who he is. He's like the business entrepreneurial kind of motivational guy, really famous. But I was listening to a podcast of his yesterday, and he was, talking about how his goal is to buy the jets. And he's putting it out there, right? He's like, I want to buy the jets. I'm going to buy the jets someday. Okay, well, that's the level, that's the high, intention that you can set at this time. And you can begin to put that to work for you. So there is no limit. I said this a lot last month too, and I'll say it again. It's not up to you to decide what's possible and not possible. It's up for nature to decide. That's from Sadhguru, right? He's an Indian guru, and he's amazing. And that's one of the things that I'll always take, that's something that really stuck with me. It's not up to you to sit around and determine what's possible. If you're sitting there and thinking, oh, I want to buy the jets, but oh, it's not real possible. I don't have the money. Well, then you're limiting yourself. And the universe is like, yeah, it's possible. People buy, NFL, NBA, whatever, all these like high level teams all the time. People do it clearly because someone owns them, So, it is possible. So here you have the Four of Cups reversed. And the Four of Cups is, this is a card of emotional maturity when it's upright. When it's reversed, I think it mirrors the discomfort of the Eight of Cups too. Just feeling a little emotionally unsure, feeling a little bit agitated, like I said, like coming into this new season, Capricorn season, just a little bit on edge. Uranus is still doing his thing. And I think you're still feeling that kind of like, okay, it's coming back. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And plus the Mars thing. So, you're getting a little attention. You're getting a little heat, but it's okay. It's going to be beneficial for you. So if you're feeling like I gotta do, it's okay to be calm. You don't have to, like I said, like popcorn, like just do it when you're ready, but you're probably going to feel that readiness to pull that trigger pretty soon. Okay. What else? What else for Taurus? Five of Swords. Please pay attention to what your mind is telling you. Oh my goodness. I cannot stress that enough. You need to be aware because of the thin veil. Okay, I'm a 12th house Mars person, so I understand what it feels like to have Mars in the 12th house natally. You're all up in your emotions, all up in your feelings. There is a feeling of laziness that, oh my God, I can be so lazy sometimes, right? And it's just a 12th house Mars. It's like it doesn't exist, but it's all like in the other realms. It's all in the imagination. It's all in the dream state, which is why like I'm a real, like I always say, like I've written Academy Award winners in my head. I've written Academy Award movies in my head, but to get them down on paper can be a challenge. To get the ideas from here to here in a physical form can be a challenge. So you may be battling that a little bit. It's not a time to pressure yourself. It's really a time to be the magician. Okay, and to wave your arms and say, this is what I want. And then when Mars comes into Taurus, you're going to feel like, okay, and it's just a couple months away, So when you have the Five of Swords energy and you find yourself in kind of some repeated patterns, you find yourself being too, anxiously cautious, and being fearful, right? This is kind of maybe even a symptomatic of not trusting yourself, being symptomatic of a true fear of actualizing what it is you're truly capable of doing. I don't know why we're all so afraid of our potential. We're afraid of the hard work. We're afraid of what it would take. We're afraid of the sacrifices that it would take. But ultimately, we're all kind of being called up to reaching our maximum potential, and you are no exception. And here is an opportunity for you to imagine what your full potential even is. So don't be realistic about it, man. Like, don't sit there and be like, I want to be, you know, a movie star, but I'll just, you know, let me just try out for some, you know, some local plays and kind of see it. Like, don't do that to yourself. You want to go and be a movie star, go down to LA and get yourself on set and get yourself an agent and go do the things that it's going to take to be a movie star. Do you know what I mean? And I use that as kind of a silly example. I'm sure no one out there watching this is like wanting that, but it's kind of like a nice example because we kind of know that story. Like, if you want to be at the top, you got to do the things that the people at the top do. You want the good relationship, you have to do the things that the people with the good relationship do. First of all, you have to go out and date, right? Don't tell yourself like, I got to lose all this weight first. No, just go out and date. Put yourself out there, be available, be happy, be good, you know, all that stuff. This applies in so many ways. It holds us back in so many ways. I don't like when this card comes out because it's fully within our control. It's this repeated stuff that keeps cycling through our lives, and we are fully capable of eliminating this entirely, but sometimes like we just don't even know that it's going on enough to really pinpoint why we haven't achieved more now. I don't know why ambition is coming on so hot and heavy for you. It didn't really come in super hot and heavy for the other signs yet. But for you, it's coming on like full on. So we get the King of Cups reversed. This, I think, again, the cups reversed. The heart center. Let me grab a sip of coffee really quick. Yes, I'm drinking a sugary drink today, and I'm probably going to have a sugar spike. Anyone who follows me in my other channel knows that I'm trying to do like a vegan ketogenic thing. Really reducing my sugar, processed sugars and stuff. So this is probably going to really affect me. Peppermint mocha. Decaf. Okay, anyway. So the heart space, get back to the reading. The heart space here is in some kind of a debilitated position. The water is running out. You may be feeling drained, energetically drained. And I get that. Mars in the 12th house. Oh my gosh, you guys, I swear. It does. It just feels like, where did my energy go? Where did my energy go? You have to find it. You have to be consciously doing the energy thing. You have to work out. You have to eat well. You have to take care of yourself. And when you find yourself laying back, but you still, like, if you have stuff you actually really want to do, to not be hard on yourself if you don't really, you know, like, it's really okay. It really, really is. King of Cups reversed. There may be something emotional too that can be contributing to that Five of Swords that, you know, needs to be released. And maybe now is a great time to really work on releasing that. Maybe that can even be something that you magician, you know, that you use your magic. You can release the trauma, you can release the pain, you can release the anger and free yourself from that burden. Because a lot of times I see this as someone, this is your opposite, this is your Scorpio. So this is kind of where Taurus and Scorpio kind of meet in the middle, is the intensity of the emotion that they feel. People always say Taurus are so like, no, Taurus, oh my gosh, Taurus can be very jealous, very intense. It does cling. It does love so hard, right? Kind of like a Leo. I always say the Taurus Scorpio axis, they have a heart like the Leo and a mind like the Aquarius. Okay. So you have that quality there. And your heart is definitely full front. It's like being exposed. And it's being exposed to yourself. And now it's time for you to really say, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to let this go because I need to let it go because I have so many other goals in my life and I need the space. It's actually like space. You can think of it like clearing out a warehouse. Okay. This emotional stuff has been sitting on the shelf for years, decades, maybe even. And it's time for you to go in there and say, I really haven't looked at that stuff in forever, and it's just taken up space on my shelves. get it out. And you can literally take it out with the garbage. Throw it out. Do a bonfire. I don't care. And create that space so that you can have the good stuff, because that's what you want. 8 of coins. There is work involved, but this is slow and steady. Very Taurus. Slow and steady wins the race. Always. You don't have to overwhelm. Please don't overwhelm yourself. Please don't. Because then you're going to be debilitated, and you're going to debilitate yourself, and you're going to hinder your progress. Just one thing at a time. What's the most important thing you got to do today? The one thing, right? I read this book again on my other channel called The One Thing. It's like, if you can just do the one thing that you need to do to achieve your monthly goal, do just that one thing. Even if it's something as simple as just sending that email, anything you do on top of that is great, and it's extra, and it just is going to make your progress move that further that much quicker. But for the next 2 months, just do everything you can. Be conscious of your energy level. Be conscious of what you need to do to get your energy level up, and just do the one thing. And you'll see in the end of 2 months, you're going to be like, wow, I've done a lot of stuff. Because once you kind of like sit down at your desk, once you kind of have that, do the dirty work, do that little thing, like it's kind of, I even just did this in a private reading yesterday, so I'm going to say it to you guys. It's not about finding the inspiration to do the work. It's about doing the work to get inspired. And knowing that once you sit down at your desk and you get it done, you're going to be inspired. And then the ball's going to be rolling. That's when you start jumping off the cliff like popcorn, like, oh, okay, I got the ball rolling. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, 9 of coins and justice reversed. There is some injustice that you've been dealing with. There is. I know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're dealing with individually, but with the Justice card coming out, something's come out that's not fair. And there could be a relationship thing going on. There could be a partnership that has not lasted, or a partnership that is breaking. Always self-reliance with the Taurus, 9 of coins, like that's just you. That's just you. That's your success. That's your independence. That is your ability to create, your ability to manifest. It's your kind of innate sense of knowing that whatever it is in the future is already yours, right? That's your I have motto that I always talk about. I talk about you with all the zodiac signs because I think it's an epidemic in our society that we don't feel like we deserve stuff. I think that's such a problem. And you guys are kind of the leader in that. Like, yeah, I freaking deserve it. You and Leo, I deserve it. It's mine. I deserve all my good things. And we all do. We all deserve our good things. And here you are really feeling it and feeling in your vibe and feeling really strong. This is going to lead you, if you're not feeling strong, it's the work. It's the progress, it's the productivity. It's going to make you feel this way. The more you work, the more productive you feel, the better you feel, the more empowered you feel, and the more you're going to get done. So it's about energy management. Justice reverse, we'll clarify it in the comprehensive. I don't know what this is. What happened, right? Who's involved? Who hurt you? Who has impacted you so greatly that you're having a hard time, 1, moving away, and 2, really taking it on for yourself? Who hurt you, right? So we'll talk about it. Are you dealing with a King of Cups? Not only is the King of Cups reversed you, maybe it is also somebody else. Maybe it is also someone who has kept some kind of secrets. Maybe it is someone who has been kind of an asshole. And you're like, oh man, gross. I can't even believe that you there's disgust. Maybe there's some level of disgust coming out. So I actually got 5 cards that just flew out. So let's talk about it. Okay. The Star and the Strength reversed, both reversed. And then we also got these 3. So we'll talk about the Major Arcana first. Interesting that all the majors, with the exception of the Magician are coming out reversed, right? We also got the Fool. All coming out reversed. So this is the attention. This is the future focus. You have every single tool that you need at your disposal. You are the gold mine. What did I say? Your wisdom, your knowledge, your self-reliance, that is your safety net. There is nothing to be afraid of because you can and will take care of yourself. You're feeling weak? Yeah, Mars, 12th house. Feeling discombobulated, feeling disconnected, feeling like, what the heck, where is this all going? Please do not waste time thinking about these things. It is not a good use of your energy, okay? Don't stress on how you're going to get there. Just focus on what you want to do. I know you all have to go to work, and I know you have to kind of take care of the house, and you got to do the laundry, and I know there's things that you don't want to do all the time, but what are you doing all the rest, for the rest of your time? Things are going to become very, very clear in the next couple of months. The haze that is currently kind of existing right now is not going to be here forever. You are in a readjustment period in your life. It's weird. It's like your compass is kind of showing you oh, maybe you were a little bit off. Where's true north really? And it's kind of going like this a little bit, but eventually it's going to settle and say, that's definitely where true north is. There is something a little bit off with your inner compass. Why am I saying a compass? I have no idea. And this is why. Your mind got in the way, your programming, your subconscious, your negative thoughts, it just got in the way a little bit, just a little bit. If you're feeling weak, are you dealing with a manipulative person? I'm seeing a lot of suggestions that possibly you are dealing with a manipulative person. Keep your heart on the goal. 3 of Wands, good things are coming. Always good things, always abundance, always money, always prosperity, peace, all these beautiful things, 3 of Wands. Always. That's what's coming in on the ships. What comes in on the ships needs to go on the shelf. That's why you need to clear up the stuff, the space on the shelf. You can't see where this is really going, I know. And you also can't control a lot right now. There's too much. This is not in your control. This is a card of Cancer. Cancer, and we have the eclipses going on. Okay. So the Cancer is on the docket. It's on the line. We've got the full moon in Cancer too. So the Cancerian quality can be really controlling. And sometimes we can really want to micromanage our lives and the lives of other people. We can try. I don't know why I'm seeing a Hollywood theme with you guys. Okay. It's like the stage mom that has the 4-year-old kid, and the stage mom is the manager and the agent and the mom and the stylist and the photographer and and she's always trying to tell the kid what to do. That's kind of the micromanagement quality that I often see with the Queen of Cups. Luckily, she's positively manifested, but still be really careful, because when she feels out of control, she can exert extra effort in trying to reestablish control, which is no good for anybody. Now is not a time to get control. Now is a time to flow. Always, every single day is a good day to flow, to be the flow, not to go with the flow, but to be the flow. A lot to clarify. Let's put down the camera and I'll talk to you about the cards that we'll pull in the comprehensive, in case you want to see that. Let me change the angle of the camera, okay? So you can see it the way I see it. Okay, I'll move them up here. And let's clarify. Let's talk about the 5 of Swords first. Ace of Cups. An element of fantasy there. An element of potentially maybe living a little bit too much in hope. And we'll talk about hope and the difference between hope and intuition and fear. They're so similar, and sometimes it can be hard to distinguish between the two. Wheel of Fortune. What did I say? I mean, you guys are on an amazing path. And the only thing that would really be stopping you is, again, your mind really getting in your own way. Let's look at this King of Cups here. Okay. Talk about the Lovers. Wow. Okay. So when we talk about the Lovers, we do talk about romance. We do talk about partnership and connection. But we also talk about logic and the element of choice as well. Maybe this is a should you stay, should you go situation. Looking at the lack of balance. A lot of major arcana in the upright, in the reversal position. It's almost like warning signs, right? Like there's warning signs with certain things. Some of you may be dealing with a third party thing in a romantic situation. That doesn't always apply to everybody, but it is possible. What's going on with the Star and Strength? Interesting, we're getting the Leo Aquarius axis here. Temperance, okay. Everything in moderation, so critical. That's why 8 of Coins is important, because you are needing to take it day by day. Now is not a time for fantasy, all right? So here's the deal, guys. I have a lunch I got to get to. I'm going to upload the main portion, and I'm going to be uploading the comprehensive a little bit later. So if you purchase that, hang tight, or if you want to, just hang tight. It's coming. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll leave you there. Take care. Bye-bye.